Hi, guys. It's Maria, insightfulastrology.com. Welcome to December. This video will have the December forecast for Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And I apologize, I don't have time for individual forecasts this month. I've been doing a lot of filming. I filmed your year ahead horoscopes for 2021. I filmed a special series on love, which I'm releasing soon, and you'll hear more about that another time. But I want to mention that if you are interested in purchasing the year ahead videos, there is a link in the description box below with a coupon code for you guys to save 20% off of the videos. And I am also still taking students for my beginners class, which starts January 4th, beginners astrology teleconference class, which is recorded, done on the telephone. I send you the link. A lot of students don't even have the ability to attend live because everybody lives in different places in the world, different time zones. It's okay. You have the recording. My classes are all individualized. So I use your birth charts as the learning material. And I love teaching astrology. I hope that some of you decide to join me. There's a link in the description box below. You will still save $100 off of the tuition if you register by the middle of December. Okay, so let's get started. Cancer, big, giant shifts. You guys have had it when it comes to relationships. You've had a lot of work on your plate. You have not had it easy. You've been through the mill. Saturn has been in your partnership sector for 3 years. And Jupiter last year, well, this year rather, in 2020, was there as well, expanding the reality of the limitations in your relationship. If you guys have done the work, then you're rewarded. You know that you're going into 2021 with a solid relationship. But some of you have broken up. Some of you have detached yourself from a business connection. And that's okay. Not every relationship is meant to be a forever thing. You know where you stand in December with someone. That's for sure. That's for absolute sure. Now, Saturn and Jupiter in December are leaving your seventh house. And this is great because the energy is shifting for you and your focus is shifting. So on the 17th, Saturn moves into your eighth house. And now, Cancer, for the next several years, you have a karmic responsibility to your soul to kind of pick yourself up from your bootstraps and know that you can do it yourself financially. You don't need to rely on someone. Even if you have the luxury of another person's financial help, Saturn here wants you to do things on your own more. And that will be interesting. For some of you, this may have to do with a spouse or partner, their income getting limited. For others, if you're newly divorced, newly single, you're getting used to living life on one income. Maybe your unemployment benefits are ending or disability benefits, or you're losing insurance and you have to pay out of pocket for it for one reason or another. There are so many reasons why you can feel a financial pinch when Saturn first goes into your eighth house. And to be honest, Cancer, you may feel this financial, oh my gosh, there's a change here. And I have to really pay attention to my money and my budgeting and what I'm doing with it and my debt and my credit cards and student loans or a mortgage, things like that. You are in a better position though, because Jupiter will soon enter your eighth house as well. And Jupiter enters on the 19th and will stay there for a year. With Jupiter there, this is expansion and growth opportunities. So, what I'm actually seeing for you guys is long term strategic lessons that you'll be learning that give you the financial health long term, forever, for your retirement. Jupiter is going to give you the optimism and confidence to handle whatever's happening in your financial world. And Saturn's going to give you the chops. Saturn's going to say, "Hey, I know you have to do some work now. Let's do the work." And so you may feel a little limited. You may feel like, okay, there is something really serious to address financially, but Jupiter will help you as long as you believe in the potential here of options and opportunities and strategically take advantage of any opportunities that come your way. So For example, let's say your partner loses his or her job and you're like, oh my gosh, what do we do now? Well, have you always wanted to explore that side business and make some money there? Well, now's the time to do it. Okay. Let's say you have a certain benefit that's ending. Well, then you're going to have to replace that income somehow, some way. And Jupiter and Saturn in your eighth house together is going to teach you to do that on your own. Okay, on your own. And you will. You will. Now, Cancer, there is a solar eclipse in Sagittarius on the 14th that is going to land in your sixth house. So if you're looking for new work, this eclipse can give it to you. If you're looking for a new job, if you're looking to get some freelance assignments, go for it after this eclipse. Venus also enters your sixth house the day after on the 15th of December. So it looks really good for you guys for getting new work, new jobs, and making some changes in your work life. But for a lot of you Cancers, this is about health. You may feel mid-December that you've got a new lease on life, that there is some major improvement and change happening in your health. And that's beautiful, okay? If you have been recovering from something, it looks good. This eclipse and Venus going into your sixth house says, okay, new direction now with health, Cancer, and you're on track. This is also a time to hire somebody. If you're looking to hire, anything from an assistant to a cleaning person, anybody that you need to hire, a new babysitter, do it after this eclipse. It looks really good. And your relationship with coworkers is getting a lot nicer. Some of you, if you're single, might have a little romantic situation opening up for you at work with a colleague, thanks to Venus being there. Okay, Venus does rule love, so remember that. Now, you're ending the month, the year 2020, really emotional. Surprise, surprise. You're a Cancer. You're moody. You got the feels. It's just life. Well, there is a full moon in your sign on the 29th, and that full moon is going to have you emotionally heightened, even more than you are usually. So you're going to be extra emotional. It might be that you're just crying and so happy to be saying goodbye to 2020. It might be that you hear some major emotional news connected to family or connected to a relationship and you just need to cry it out. It might be that you are just having an existential crisis and you're just like, okay, what's next for me? I have to let go of something that I know is no longer serving my life and my life purpose or my goals. So some of you Cancers are dealing with that at the end of the year. And let it go. Let it go because you're going into 2021 with a lot of new energy, a lot of new and positive energy. So what wants to leave, let it leave. What wants to stay, let it stay. And if you know you have to cut something out of your life, shed it or let it go, then please do it at the end of the year. All right, guys. So now, Leo. Oh, my Leos. Oh, my gosh. You guys are going to have such an interesting life lesson shift. All right. Saturn leaving your work and health sector is going to feel like, okay, finally, all of the hard work I've been doing is going to pay off. You have mastered your craft in a certain skill set, a trade, something that you've wanted to do work wise. And so you've mastered this. You've taken a lot of criticism. You've taken a lot of not getting the pats on the back that you usually really need, that you crave. And because you've swallowed it and taken it, guess what? You're going to see a reward mid-month, guys. When Saturn leaves your sixth house, you are going to see a major job opportunity, reward open up for you. And if you've been struggling with any health situation, it does look like it's getting lighter and it's going to go away. It's going not go away, but you're resolving it. You've worked on resolving it. Okay. So Jupiter is also leaving your sixth house. Saturn leaves your sixth house on the 17th. Jupiter leaves your sixth house on the 19th. So where are they going? Leo, they're going in your relationship sector. And oh my God, You're going to be so sick of hearing me say this, Leo, but all that matters for you guys now is dealing with relationship stuff. It depends on where you are in your relationship world. Are you totally single? Are you married? Are you engaged? Where are you? Listen, Saturn going into your seventh house is a karmic call to your soul to become mature and responsible and disciplined and serious about relationships and commitments. And this is in business, but also your personal life. Jupiter is giving you growth and expansion. So it's interesting because you're going to have a year where you can't ignore relationship stuff. You just can't. So if you've been trying to avoid it, sorry, time to deal. Some of you are about to make a major commitment, an engagement, a marriage, finally going into a relationship after being single forever, or taking on a business partner. You know, when you take on a business partner, you're marrying that person for better or worse. I will tell you guys, Leo, make no mistake about it. Whoever you commit to with Saturn in your seventh house, it will stand the test of time. It is a long-term commitment. So you're not going to do it lightly. You're going to be really serious about this. And you've thought about it. Maybe some of you are terrified of it, terrified of commitment. Maybe you've got some serious commitment issues to work through, Leo. Well, Saturn's going to force you to do that over the next 3 years, and Jupiter is going to help you do that. Maybe you'll get a great therapist. Maybe you'll start to feel a little more optimistic about it. Whatever it is for you individually, you know, your relationship storyline is certainly going to be eventful now that Jupiter and Saturn are in your seventh house as of the middle of December. But I expect the middle of December to be an active month for Leos in love and relationship, no matter where you are. Some of you may decide to call it quits in a relationship if it's been going south, because the weight, the burden, the recognition that you're not getting your needs met, that this is all work and no pleasure, you know, that any holes in a relationship are magnified now that Jupiter and Saturn are going to be in your seventh house. So you can repair them or you can choose to uncouple. And again, I'm not looking at your individual birth chart, but for some of you, it's going to be a breakup, meeting someone new over the next couple of years, and then getting married. For others, it's going to be, I have so many daddy issues or mommy issues to work through that have been affecting my love life, or my ex, my divorce just ruined my heart and I can't love. I'm afraid to love. And guess what, Leo? You got to work through it because the universe wants to give you a solid relationship in 2021. And if you're terrified of it and you keep avoiding it, you're cheating your soul out of a valuable, valuable lesson. So please, please hear me when I say this is rich stuff for your soul. Now, if you are totally single, it's even more about love for you in December because there is a solar eclipse on the 14th that lands right in your fifth house of true love, romance, pleasure. This is a new beginning. And Venus, the planet of love, goes into your fifth house the next day. So, yes, single Leos, you are meeting someone. Yes, single Leos, it is time to open your heart. It is time to deal with your fear. Yes, single Leos, love is on the agenda. It's like the only agenda for you guys right now, actually. Now, this could also be about having a baby. Really fertile, the solar eclipse can bring a baby. It can bring a new beginning for one of your children if you have children already. And it is a great time to start a new creative project. The month ends with a full moon in Cancer. And Leo, that's going to fall in your hidden 12th house. You are letting go of some emotional baggage that you just have to at the end of the year. It's probably family related or emotional security related, okay, since this is in the sign Cancer. Please, Leo, whatever this is for you, surrender, let it go, let it fall away because you're a prisoner of it, whatever this is. And this situation, this thing that happened in the past to you, is keeping you so imprisoned. It's robbing you of your future happiness. And I don't want you walking into 2021 holding on to the past. full moon in your 12th house in Cancer, especially, is saying, let that shit go. Just let it go. All right, Leos? So now, Virgo, you guys, you've had some serious lessons when it comes to kids, when it comes to love, opening your heart, giving love. Single Virgos may have felt really lonely, may have had a major issue with the relationship and love stuff, with Saturn being in your fifth house for the past several years. And if you've been trying to get pregnant or have a baby, maybe there were some fertility issues. If you have children, you were really serious about parenting, and maybe there was some limitation and some issues about raising your children. Maybe you couldn't go have fun with your spouse or partner because you could never get a babysitter. Or maybe there was a behavior issue that you had to deal with one of your kids, or perhaps a health matter, or something about their education. Whatever this was for you, Virgo, maybe it was your relationship with an older child that's really strained and you had to work through it. If you did the work, Virgo, you're going to be rewarded now, because in the middle of December, Saturn moves on and leaves this area of your chart, not to return for 29 years. But Saturn's got to go somewhere, and he's going now in your sixth house of work and health. Jupiter is also going there. Okay, so let me give you the dates. Saturn goes there on the 17th, Jupiter goes there on the 19th. You're probably going to notice a health situation come up in the middle of December. It's not necessarily serious. It may not be serious at all. When Saturn's in your sixth house, I always tell my clients, you're going to be alerted to the weaknesses in your body and what you need to do to fortify your body and make your body healthier. Saturn wants you to get serious about it. That's all this is, okay? It is not a death sentence by any means. It is, all right, it's time to go to the gym. All right, it's time to lose 20 pounds. All right, I've got to quit smoking. Okay, I'm drinking too much. Addicted to caffeine. Whatever, health thing you're diagnosed with, that if you don't deal with it now, it's going to become a big deal down the road. Maybe you're pre-diabetic. Deal with it now. Maybe you are what it could be anything, depending on your health profile, your chart, your obviously genetics. Okay. So pay attention to it and just address it, because you can get really strong health wise. Your body and your mind can become really strong. And it's a great time to lose weight if you do need to lose weight. But Saturn's going through your sixth house is one of the best times to get fit and lose weight. And Jupiter there doesn't cancel out Saturn. Okay. In this case, Jupiter is going to give you the health care that you need, the amazing doctors, the alternative healing modalities. This isn't Aquarius, guys. This is alternative medicine, alternative healing, and options that you're not considering. So, telemedicine, internet stuff, technology, the latest experimental procedures, all of that might play in for you guys in a heavy way more into 2021, but you're going to be introduced to it in the middle of December as Saturn and Jupiter make these shifts. This could also be, and it probably is, Virgo, about work. Now, I know you guys don't mess around when it comes to work. You've got an incredible work ethic. I will never take that away from you. But when Saturn goes into your sixth house, it's a karmic call to pay attention to mastering your craft in some way and becoming more disciplined. And it's possible that you're going to reevaluate your schedule and your routine and see where it is not serving you, where you're not being as productive, where you could be spending more of your time, where you might want to make some changes. It's, you may be doing the work for two people. Okay, so maybe there's going to be some cuts at your job, and all of a sudden your boss says, hey, Virgo, you got to do this person's job and this person's job. Oh, and by the way, you got to do your job, and we're not paying you anymore. Or maybe the boss is going to become more critical of your work performance. Maybe you get this performance review at the end of the year that just makes you say, what? What is this all about? I don't deserve this. Take your ego out of it, Virgo. This is not about your ego. This is about you focusing on the work and doing what's necessary to master a skill set, to master a trade, to master your craft, and be badass at it. I promise you, in 3 years, you'll get a reward for that. But next year, with Jupiter there, it's not going to feel as calamitous. Okay. It's just not. You're going to have more support than usual. Now, there is a solar eclipse, Virgo, that happens in your home and family sector on the 14th. And Venus goes into your home and family sector the very next day. So, this is definitely new beginnings in real estate, new beginnings with family, something to celebrate. It's Venus. So, maybe it's about love. Maybe someone's getting engaged or married. Maybe, um, there's a big financial celebration to have with family for whatever reason. It looks good. This is really positive for you guys. And you're ending the year with a full moon in your friendship sector. So there might be emotionally charged news from a friend that you have to deal with. There might be something going on there. Just be sensitive and be there for your friend. Okay. If you're letting go of friendships, you're letting go of something. It's time for you to move on. And that's probably happening for some of you Virgos who have outgrown a relationship or a connection or your role in a social group. Okay. So, guys, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, for your kind comments. I want to wish you all a very happy new year. Make sure you check out those 2021 forecasts and get that coupon code to save 20%. I love you, and I'll see you all next month. Bye.